Growthable here. Thanks for watching this video. I wanted to give you a quick overview on what it would be like to be on either one of our plans. So we have two plans. 99 a month gives you access to live chat, and that basically gives you 24/7 access to our support team across the globe. No matter what time zone you're in, you should expect a response within 2 to 3 minutes maximum. We try to aim to get down to a response time of less than 1 minute. There is another plan, our 297 plan, which is by far our most popular plan, which is our customer success plan. Now, with the 297, you're going to also get onboarding, you're going to get a Whitelabel widget, and you're also going to get a Whitelabel knowledge base. So let me show you a couple of things and how this would work. So if you signed up right now, you would get an email with installation instructions with this little snippet of code. You would install that code in your agency settings. Once that code has been installed, you click refresh, and it would put a widget down the left or the right or wherever you've chosen to do it. If you're on the Whitelabel, otherwise you're on a GreyLabel. So you get this nice black support button. When you open that up, the bot is going to say, "Hi, welcome to your brand name," if it's white-labeled. Otherwise, you want to say, "How do I, do something, workflows, problem," right? Now, if I'm just asking the bot very straightforward questions, it's going to be able to go and create a series of suggestions based on what I'm doing. So, how do I check the status of a particular workflow? Here's the article information here. If I need to then explode into that article to see the entire article right here, I can see there. I can provide feedback on whether or not I thought the article was helpful or not. And if it doesn't answer the question, I can, of course, go no. And I can say, it's related. So it just helps kind of the algorithm. And we can say, you can ask another question, or I can get in touch. And I go, well, I want to get in touch. Great. I want to do live chat. And you can see I've already had a little live chat here. And I'm just going to go hello. And, this is a demo, right? And then wherever you are, that is going to go into our queue. Once it's been received by a user, you'll see what position in the queue you are in, and off you go. Now, if you want to, you can as well remove the widget in its entirety. So this little button over here on the right-hand side removes it. So if it's hovering over a button that you need or something like that, you can show and hide this thing to your heart's content to make sure that you're completely happy with exactly where it's sitting. As you can see, it is kind of offset to this to the kind of the right and horizontal and vertical planes here, so that it's not hovering over usual buttons like settings and so forth. Okay, next up is the guided tours. And so the guided tours works on the premise that we want to have one universal tour that applies to everyone, and we want to have a couple of contextual things along the way. So first and foremost, we would hit something like the reporting tab. We get to reporting, and it's going to say, hey, here's reporting. I can take you through each one of these. Or you say, I'm already an expert, leave me to it. So the idea here is that it would be suggested to someone who is just logging in and hasn't used this section of the application before. So it only shows up if you have those menus enabled. If you're selling SaaS and different functionality, etc., that'll all work. If they say, yep, show me through each one, it'll say, cool. Well, the first thing is Google Ads, right? To connect to Google Ads, make sure you've gone to settings and integration. You say, yeah, I've already done that, right? Then it'll just continue to provide additional information about this particular piece of functionality, right? Now, these can be detailed, and they can also be basic, right? So guided tours are there to reduce the burden on necessitating the adoption of a particular feature through literally almost explicitly highlighting every section of the page to say, this is what you're looking at, and this is how it's going to work for you. In addition to that, we can have a button which will enable a resource center. The resource center becomes like a little on-page hub in which they can jump back into tutorials and tick things off in a sort of like checklist, progressive fashion, showing them that they're 28% of the way through their onboarding or integrations checklist and so on. Right. In addition to both the support services and the guided tours, we also have reporting and analytics. So, for example, if you wanted to, we can build a dashboard for you and basically drag in any element that you deem appropriate for you and your team to be across. So, what I've just dragged in here is one of our customers. I put in the number of chats on a daily average over a 30-day sample, and we're plotting the average reply time in seconds, which is pretty interesting to see. Essentially what your busiest days are for support, and what the average reply times are across that spectrum of days. And of course, if you wanted to, we would sit here during a customer success session with you, and we would just add additional metrics simply by adding in additional metrics. So if we wanted then to see, by there's tickets, there's chats, there's various other bits and pieces. um, when we do have to create a ticket through an escalation point, maybe you want to plot, how many tickets have been created. Maybe you want to see satisfaction ratings and all this type of stuff. So we can absolutely put all of these onto a nice dashboard for you. We'll brand it, and then we'll share it out to you so that you can see this as a real-time dashboard whenever you like.